Hi, leaders. It is Thursday, March 21st, and this is our leader call. So we're in our final week of March. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think we're all hoping that everybody had a lot of business that they're waiting to this week to put in, because damn, those were some sad numbers yesterday. It was our lowest week of the month, and that includes the first week, and that's saying something, because usually the first week is on the low side because everybody closes all their stuff. Now, I do expect this week would be great because it's the end of double points as we know it. So I think that, we're going to not have anybody holding things and whatnot, and that they'll put it in. So what are your thoughts on that, any of that? Or knowledge of what your team has, or anything. Go ahead.
Well, I know here in South Texas, it was spring break, and I'm telling you what, trying to get anybody to do anything was hard. I had one cancellation the day of, and then I had another show moved from the first weekend of spring break to this weekend. So, I don't know. And I heard Shannon Pelosi talking about how like spring break up there almost involves like a 3-week lull. She can't stand it because it's like you got the first weekend of the break, the last weekend, plus no work in between, or people have spent all their money on whatever. So I'm hoping that the closeout will be better. I mean, personally, I've got 3 shows that I've got to close by then. So
great.
Yeah.
Phyllis, you're muted.
I had a cancellation, which was really a bummer for me. I did do some sales at the coffee shop the other day, but I thought that was going to be the icing on the cake. But I was supposed to do a show last night that canceled, but it's going to be next Wednesday, so hopefully it will be good. I was down last night.
Yeah. Now, Phyllis, make sure that you go over with that hostess that you're going to need to close that night. Make sure that she puts, like anybody who's not coming to get that order in advance, because I know you want your double points on that.
Yes. This is the one that I was doing at the restaurant. She had 12 guests, but she had to cancel. So I'm really worried now because her guests were all planning to come last night. So hopefully, and I was trying to I was wondering if maybe I should send them all a link for anybody who can't make it next week because they were planning to come last night. That's what I'm thinking of doing, having her send out a link to see if we can take some orders. Or maybe even after tonight when I do that Facebook party, maybe I can do something live with them. But I don't want to lose her crowd.
I know. That is the worst. A couple of weeks ago, my first Friday in March, she had to postpone because she had a stomach virus, and she had like 12 people coming. Now, the reschedule is tomorrow, and it seems to still be okay. But man, do you hate when all the guests are coming and it's the hostess that had something? Because you almost just want to be like, you know what, we'll proceed without you. I'll let you know what you earned.
That's what I wanted to do. I even asked her that. I said, what do you think if I just go and be there with them? She said, no, because, she's considering coming on. And
Okay.
Hopefully we can do this as a launch for her. So,
great.
And I need her. I need her for my trip.
Great.
That's it for me.
All right. Anyone else?
Everything held over for me. I have one of my hostesses, she finds out tomorrow if her cancer's back. So in the middle of doing her show, like all this stuff happened. So I have one show that held over and then another one that should be a launch. We're got to finalize orders today. Hopefully that'll go in today. And Candy had a show that she held over.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's great to know that there is business out there. It just didn't close in time, because certainly that's better than hearing, this week will be just as bad.
And I have 3 shows this week. So
awesome.
There'll be quite a bit of business coming in.
I'm back at the same old age home, different locations for Saturday from 10 until like 2. Lord help me. I have to leave at 2 because I booked a show. I had somebody that wanted to do a show that day, And I certainly wasn't going to not do a show because there was an overlap with the old age home thing. So I'm just going to stay until 2 because the show is in Jersey actually. So, and the retirement home is in Suffolk, on Long Island. So I have quite a drive. And she wanted to start at 4, which I love. The last host, she booked from a hostess that did it at 4, and we were done. I was like driving home by 7. I think I was home at like 7:45 from Queens. It was amazing. So, yeah, the reason I started saying that is that I have my 3 shows myself still to come up, which I'm excited about. So that's great, Becky. Belinda, what we're talking about, welcome, Belinda. We were just talking about how, like, this past week we just closed was pretty abysmal. So we were just talking about, is it just that business didn't close, or, you know, what happened? So everybody was just kind of chiming in.
Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm trying to rush out of here because I got to go for acupuncture, but I'm trying to get on at the same time. And I'm listening to everybody's, like, I guess what's happening to everyone. I have people that are joining, so all my shows are, like, kind of gone. So they're, like, for the people that are going to join.
Right.
So last night, actually, I remember you told me add someone for the Check Us Out.
Yeah.
I did. I had already added her. And last night she called me and she said, I got to stop procrastinating. This is just crazy. You know, as much jewelry as I purchased from you, I could have had my show and already made $1,000 in sales. And I said, exactly. I said, you playing around. So she joined last night, and she booked the show for this Sunday. And another one for Mary Grace. So hopefully we'll get her qualified.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know she's been like just lingering forever.
Awesome.
She said she heard your live, and then she was like, you know what? I gotta stop.
That is great. It really is amazing to me how, I mean, in all of those opportunity events, I say somewhat of the same thing. You guys are probably like, here she goes with the why Park Lane, why jewelry, why this, why that. You guys are so sick of it. But somehow it's a new message to people each and every time. So I guess it's worth keeping it. Plus now I hardly even have to look at any notes, which is great. It seems the less you have to look at a script, the more genuine it seems to everybody. And it's genuine even if I look at notes, but it's better if I don't have to look down at all. And I did that one completely looking forward. What I really have to remember, and maybe somebody, I have to look into this. So in the middle of that, I got a call, and it was from someone on the team, which was annoying because obviously don't call me while I'm doing an opportunity event. And that's the point that caused the wonky, you know how like midway, the sound was fine, but my face looked like,
Yes.
and it no longer matched up. That was because of a phone call. So I have to remember to turn my notifications off on the iPad before I start those things. Because also as people are texting and other comments and stuff, all those notifications scroll along the top and it really throws me off. So I have to remember to do that. So next time I'm going to do one of those, someone remind me to turn the notifications off. But don't remind me 2 seconds before because I have to figure out how to do it first.
The do not disturb. You know how you roll up to turn
yes,
off
do
Wi-Fi?
not disturb?
Yeah, just turn on the little moon and you'll be good.
Sold. That's what I'll remember to do from now on. Because I saw that Beth actually posted, like tagged one of her potentials in the one before that because I didn't turn the max headroom in the middle of it.
Can I ask a question about that?
Sure.
Well, and she got on late, and I had to leave off to go do my own Facebook Live party. And so I did. I tagged her on the other one to watch the beginning. I have a question about, have you ever worked with someone that receives SSI, Social Security, because they're disabled?
Yes.
Okay, because that's kind of the situation we're in now, and she's supposed to be calling the Social Security office because I know there's like a limit to how much she can make.
Correct.
How does that work with direct sales and commission. When, like 1 month she might only earn, $600, and the next month it might be more. Have you encountered that before?
I thought it was yearly that the amount is.
Okay.
But she definitely has to get that answer for
Shaking her
herself.
head no.
Oh, it's monthly.
It is monthly? Do you know the number, Elizabeth?
I think it's.
And she's going to call and find out. She needs to find out. But I was just curious if you guys had ever encountered that before.
And of
Hey,
course,
Summer. I have some family friends here in Louisiana. He just got on disability and he's receiving that.
Mm-hmm.
And he can only make, $17,000 for a year. I don't know if they do it monthly, but I know the year is only like $17,000.
And that's not it. I mean, yeah, she was working a part-time job, and they won't give her any more hours because of that reason. So she doesn't,
right,
lose some of her benefits. But then she just got laid off from that job. So I said, well, then we need to keep talking and move up what we were thinking of doing, because I'm trying to get her in March, and she's not going for it because she's having another party for something else. But I'm trying to move her up, because especially now that she's laid off. But that was just my question. And I tagged her on the other one to watch because it
was
the video.
Is it the same number for everyone? Like, is it a standard number? Do we know? No, it's different for each individual.
State. Oh.
And I think by state too, because some states have extra. I don't think in Texas we do.
Okay. Because Kim, actually, that's my situation with Kim. Kim is on disability. So we only show X amount of dollars on hers. But again, now that we know it's by state and it's different by situation, even if I got an answer, it's not going to help you. So, yeah, she's going to have to get her correct number. Plus, we don't want to be responsible for messing up someone's.
Oh, heavens no. But I told her, so we need to find out. So that's what we're working on right now. But okay,
when you find out, I would love to know what at least the answer is. Like, is it definitely by person? Is it by state? And what the answer was for your particular person would still be a great thing to know.
Okay. Thanks.
Like, I know someone that got on disability in the state of Pennsylvania, and the first month that he worked, they said, because he drives Uber, they said you can make as much as you want. But then the following month, for the following months, they told him you can't make more than this amount, because then it'll affect your disability.
That sounds, I see Kim, the hoops she has to jump through to keep that, to even get it settled up, to get the permanent disability, because she was on month to month. And then while you wait for your permanent disability, you're getting nothing. It's crazy what they do to people. And I guess it's because there's so much fraud.
They take a long time to approve the disability.
And it's a sin for the people who are not fraudulent, because here they're suffering and literally like about to lose their homes while they wait. But this is why we can't have nice things. Anybody else want to throw in? Jen. So one of the things that I wanted to, and I was hoping that Jen would be on, and I'm hoping you can talk, Jen, because here we're doing, I do the consistency awards and all of that, and then I have the incentive running for you guys. But one of the keys to help the team get a group incentive is that then you turn and do some sort of incentive for your individual teams, because when you do an incentive for your own team, they get excited because they know it's a much smaller pool to win from. So to win a prize from me, they're competing against the whole organization. Just like when Mary Grace does something, we're like, oh, we know it's going to be a much smaller chance of winning, because now we're up against every organization within Mary Grace. So the pool gets smaller and smaller. So Jen is doing an incentive right now with her team, and they are responding really well to it. And she also, I think she's doing this too because she has Ashley closing in on area leader. So Jen, can you tell us a little bit about that and how you selected the prize and what you're doing with that?
Yeah, so I, over Christmas, I picked up a couple of Coach wristlets when I was at the outlet, and got them on, super sale. And so I've just kind of been holding on to them, knowing that, there'll be a right time to use them and to give them away. I've thought about doing them just in my own VIP group, but I haven't necessarily needed them. And so, yes, with Ashley getting ready to, sorry, it's like super rainy and I hope it's not too loud. With Ashley getting ready to promote right now, she is about $1,700 away, and so just needed a little bit of kind of morale. There's been a lot of cancellations, and some people are kind of getting discouraged, and so I just felt like, you know what, like with last week being so low, like you were saying, Michelle, like we just needed a little bit of something extra to push us towards the finish line for March and get everybody motivated. So that's what I decided to do.
Yeah, and of course, it's not just for Ashley's team; it is for the whole team. So
yes.
It's good. Now, is Samantha under Ashley?
Yes.
Ooh, that's great. Okay, so then, Jen, do you recall offhand what you spent on those?
Oh gosh, maybe I think they were originally maybe 100 or so, and I think I maybe got it for $30. They were on a really good sale.
That's awesome. And it's a sparkly one. Like they were like, oh my gosh, that is so cool looking. And for $30, it's going to generate her, hopefully a bunch of extra volume, because I see some of her team members have me in their VIP groups and stuff, and they're even putting it out there. In fact, I think what Samantha did was she put it out there as a prize for them. So I think it's that if she wins, she's going to give it out to one of her customers.
So, no, that's how I have it. I have it set up so that their customers are going to be the ones that are winning it, not them. So all of the customers through order will go into a raffle to win the prize. And I do have an extra one, so I'll probably throw that into one of the team members or push it out there to, at the end, an extra push or something. But right now it's for all of our customers.
That's awesome. Super smart. So you might want to consider whether because it doesn't always have to be jewelry. I saw on another leader's page, she has let's flip into spring, and she got these cute flip-flops, and then anybody who does whatever she decided, or I don't know if it's put in sales or whatever it was, but whatever they do, whatever the thing that she said they had to do, they're all entered to win these. I mean, I don't want to say high-end flip-flops because I don't think they're like $100 flip-flops, but they're definitely not the $1 Old Navy flip-flops is what I mean. So, and now she's doing this whole flip into spring thing, or flip for spring. So there's fun stuff that you can do. Even how you go to Ulta and then they have these really cool giveaways, or if you make a such and such a purchase for $12, you get that tackle box full of makeup and samples and stuff. Stuff like that is even fun to do. So it doesn't always have to be jewelry. You can always do other things, so that when you're out and about shopping and you're like, that is the cutest thing. Sometimes you'll even see a sparkly notebook that says, shine and sparkle on. And it's like, oh, that's so cute. Grab it. Because you can always use that for a fun little incentive for any week or any activity that you want to give your team a little push and make it a little fun. Any thoughts or ideas on that?
Amazon has those cute pins with the diamond top on it too. I think it's you get a whole pack of them for not that much. So that's a fun one that I've done too.
That's fun. I got this one at a gift shop in Rome. It says
tops on them just like that, Michelle. Yeah, you can get a 10-pack or 12-pack. They're cute.
Yeah.
This is gonna be just for me though. I wanted to buy them for like my pen bag, and Anthony goes, "Are you kidding me? People are gonna take those in 5 seconds." So I just got one for me to do the orders. Probably the 10-pack from Amazon is way cheaper than what I paid for this one from Rome.
Probably. Victoria's Secret has little sparkle bags that cost $12. They're usually about $12. They're right near the counter. They're usually black velvet with sparkle on one side. Some of them have a star on it. They're real glittery. And I have those. I've given those to my team members for their cash bags.
Nice.
So that's something you can consider too. Those are really cute. They're very cute. They're usually black and silver glitter.
That's awesome. Yeah, great for a money pouch. I think that's something that a lot of people forget is something that you need when you go to a show. And then they're like strangely shoving money like in and out of their wallet, or, and then the next thing they bring is a 1-zip sandwich bag. So to go ahead and get people something that would be a really cute looking money bag is a great idea. And then of course it could also be used as a makeup, bag or a travel bag. Because once again, I horrified anybody who saw me because I carry all my toiletries in plastic Ziplocs. And Jennifer Bond was like, "Are you kidding me with this?" I was like, "What? I always use this." My son had a hilarious story of being with, like, he traveled somewhere with his fraternity. And they're like, "Dude, what is that?" He's like, "My toiletries?" They're like, "Why is it in a sandwich bag? Like, why is it in a 1-zip?" And he's like, "I don't know. What do you carry yours in?" Like, because he was raised in this house and that's all we ever use, he seriously did not even know that a toiletry bag is a thing, like a nice one. So he was like, "Mom, there's a thing that people carry toiletries in?" Like, it yielded a phone call to our house. Like, what is this thing that other people use? I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "Anthony, I get made fun of at every single convention. So it's just going to be our family thing, I guess." Okay. Is there something else you would like to chat about today? I didn't overschedule this one because I wanted to make sure we had enough time to throw around ideas for month end.
Has anybody noticed that notifications are coming up an hour after they've been posted?
Yes, what is that?
Yeah. So just be aware when you're telling people that you're coming on live or Facebook, events or things like that, just be aware that it's taking an entire hour for notifications.
Facebook is whacked out for like a while now.
Did you? I thought I shared that video
The
about
Lindsay one?
the
You
Lindsay
did,
one.
because I
So
shared
I've
it
been
too. I
reading
didn't realize you had shared it.
that there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Facebook. So you need to be prepared to use a different platform to do what we've been doing.
Yeah, that video by Lindsay was really informative.
That's the one that she was saying they might do away with the news feed?
Yes,
They are.
they are. It's just a matter of when. Because of privacy issues and problems, and they're being sued and stuff because of all this stuff.
So, I don't understand. So that means no more scrolling and finding people's statuses and stuff?
Well, there's not going to be a public news feed. So it'll be shared with just
stories,
friends.
the shared stories, and Messenger. They mentioned Messenger. She mentioned Messenger a lot.
So like now, if you comment on a comment that isn't my friend, I see that post in my news feed.
Right.
It's a public post. What will happen now is I won't see posts that aren't my friends, whether I like it or not like it.
Human resources.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, good thing that we've started to utilize the Messenger a little bit more and stuff with the social sales and whatnot, because like we were talking about, I think on a previous, maybe it was just even last week's leaders call, that like doing a flash sale in your normal group has become almost impossible. no one's seeing it. No one's, so bye, Elizabeth. So thank God we started in with this messenger thing, because it definitely is very effective. People like it. And, we're going to have to maybe really make our team try it somehow, because we provided a lot of it. I think maybe, should I dedicate a whole lunch and learn to it? Is that worth doing?
I don't think it would hurt.
Do a lunch and learn in Messenger?
No, do a lunch and learn explaining to them how to do the social sale on Messenger.
I think it's a good idea.
I mean, I certainly don't like to emphasize things like that. This is all of course I would be emphasizing this is like, in addition, this is not ever a replacement for or whatever. But, we have the group that has a million posts to choose from, and they just have to choose which ones they want to do and figure out the math afterward, which is what the part that I think scares them. But it definitely yields great sales, especially it's like people better get their VIP group cranking because that's where you then get who you want to put in who wants to be in these messenger things.
And I think just an emphasis too, again, on the fact that it's all about personal relationship and moving it offline. Like once you create a relationship, you need to get their phone number and have it, because I think that we take all of these platforms for granted, that essentially when, it was down for a whole day last week, like, it did affect some people if that's all that they use. Like, it's just like inviting. We can't just invite online. We can't just be reaching out to people online either.
I know, it's so, what a lesson that was. I mean, I'm thanking God that I was flying then, because I actually didn't really know about it, but I'm quite sure I would have been in the fetal position over here. But then it's like, oh, so if there was something happening that night that I needed people to be aware of, I couldn't get away with a Facebook post. I would have had to text them, or I would have had to actually pick up a phone the way I did for probably the first 12 years of my direct sales business.
Yep.
In the beginning, I had a call for everything. I didn't text in the first probably 8 to 10 years of my business. It wasn't a thing. And if it was a thing in the beginning, it was only for teenagers, and you had to do all the, you had to hit the same letter numerous times to get a letter. I remember Anthony texted me when I still had my flip phone of the Ranger game, and I barely knew how to respond. And when I did respond, I didn't know how to make a space. So I sent him like a run-on, like what I responded was words, but there was no space in between each word. And he was hysterical laughing. I said, I don't know how to make a space, so whatever.
That's funny.
But that was like the beginning of, I didn't even have a cell phone in the beginning of my business.
Yeah.
I have a question. Am I live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I have a question, and it's not related to this, but I want to get it in before we go. The Sparkle Box is driving me nuts. I signed people up as soon as we came home from convention who still haven't gotten a Sparkle Box.
I think that literally this week is that they are getting it, because I think they got, I'm told that they kind of got their asses handed to them, that we did a much better job than they expected. And they had to do a 4th shipment. And that shipment did come in, I want to say last week, because I'm seeing people now posting, finally got my Sparkle Box. So I think, because I'm wondering why I have to reach out to my customers exactly like you're saying, because I'm like, I keep posting like, post a pic, let me know how you like, and no one's answering. And I'm like, seriously, none of them have it? Because that's what I think is the case. So they definitely have enough now, because you saw that their solution for international is to make that piece be a guest special, but much later in the month. So if you have anybody that was a little annoyed, or if you were a little annoyed when you saw that, Just so that you know, internationals, it's going to turn into their gift with purchase, but weeks and weeks and weeks after ours. I think they want to make sure that we had enough, and that's what they did in this case. They waited until that final shipment came in where they had to send, that's what they needed to complete the orders. And then they opened it up to international as a guest special. But I told them that can never be posted on like the Park Lane main page. Because if it is, then it cheapens the whole, they already have reneged on a couple of things that they had us say from stage, which, is like my pet peeve in life. But that they, we said the only way to get this is to be a subscriber. I said, and I messaged them, I said, so 1 month in and I'm a liar. Because it's not the only way, unless Tom means just international, because his first post said all markets, and I almost had a nervous breakdown. So it turned out it's all international markets. But according to Patty, it's going to be only weeks after we have it, like where we're almost done with that month. And they'll never really be seen by U.S. customers anyway. It's something that would only be seen by field that sees international posts. So if that's what they want to do, I guess that's okay. I would not have done that, but I'm not in charge. Which is something I have to remind myself while breathing slowly, often.
Well, it is going to be a problem if Phyllis's people don't get their March one, and then here comes April 1st,
And
they're
they're
going
getting
to
billed.
charge for the April one. I hope that doesn't cause people to cancel. Hopefully they'll be better prepared for April.
Agreed.
Well, that's my problem because I signed people up in February.
Right.
I haven't called yet. I'm going to call. One guy called me that I did a poor guy, and he said, I got charged again for March, and I didn't get my box from February yet. And I said, let me give you a call because they charge you when you first put it in. Don't they charge the card the minute you put it in? So I signed him up when I came back from convention. So there should be a charge for him for the 1st of March as well, right?
No, there actually shouldn't have been a charge for March. The next charge was April 1st.
Oh, okay. No charge until April because, he asked me about it. He asked me about the charge. I don't think he really said he got charged, but that was my concern.
Yeah.
He charged again for March. Okay.
Yeah, that gives us about a week and a half for people to get their first box because apparently, like Park Lane has all these marketing, I don't want to say ploys, but all these marketing things in the popper, and they didn't use them yet because of not even having enough for as good of a job as we did with it right away. So that's why we haven't even seen some of the stuff they said they were going to do. Even having the option of gift subscriptions and stuff so that it's just 3 months, just 6 months, whatever. That apparently is coming or is here, but that they held off on that. They held off on some of the advertising they were going to do, which, I don't love because you wanted to do all this stuff while people were excited and it was new and whatever. But hopefully, I just really hope that everybody has it by this week so that when they release the one on April 1st, people are already wearing the one from March. Because if they're still waiting for it, that would be terrible. You're right. So thank you for reminding me that I should really just individually ask them.
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I was just going to say, if you did not have these retro earrings that Phyllis and I are wearing, you totally need them because everybody that picks them up are buying them.
I love those. I wear them a lot.
I have them in my kit, but I haven't really been selling them. Maybe I need to pass them around.
Wear them to your next show.
And all the acrylic jewelry is in the stores right now. If you go through the department stores, there's tons of it.
Yeah, huh?
This is retro. I actually had earrings like this when I was a young.
Absolutely.
This is truly retro. Perfect name for it. And I've sold a couple of pair of these myself.
Those are straight out of 1987. Like, direct, do not pass go, do not collect $200. We have this flea market, and you've heard me say, Tri-Color Gold, like a Tri-County flea market. So Tri-County flea market's been around since I was a kid. And when you went in the back entrance, which is where I always went in, there was this huge, costume jewelry booth, and you could get earrings, 3 pairs for $5. And I would go every single week and buy 3 new pairs of earrings. So needless to say, I had like 20 bajillion pairs of earrings when I was in high school and stuff. And that's what I think of. Yes, I'm sure I had a pair of something like that at some point, but straight up plastic earrings, 3 for $5 each and every week.
They worked with my Euphoria necklace that I've had forever because it's got mother pearl in it.
Yeah, is that still available?
No, I've had this forever. I love this necklace.
I know, that was a good seller.
I sold a lot of these. So I remember getting it at the last time and said, this one I'm keeping for me.
That would be something like that should be brought back.
Mm-hmm. This was a good piece of jewelry. I like this.
You should send a message to Taylor and say, hey, Taylor, I was wearing this together and was thinking that it would be so great to have a necklace similar to this again.
You know what else I wanted mentioning that I get a lot of requests for the Elvis and the Marley earrings. People want them in red. They want them in black. They love those earrings. I sell them all the time, but they want more colors. The French, the Elvis, and the Marley.
Yeah.
They love those. So I would like to see those in different colors.
Taylor is always the person for that.
Okay. I had a lady last night.
If she likes the idea, then Scott seems to always say yes, for obvious reasons. So she's like the jewelry connection. It's funny. I have people that love the Elvis, but I have not sold a single pair of Marleys.
I've sold several pairs. I buy at least 2 pair every time I place an order now because they go so fast. They're really good. You know what, I'm glad you said that because I'm going to ask Taylor about, we have a lot of pink and we have a lot of green, and that's the AKA girls. So we don't have any red and white. And so we need some red stuff because the Deltas come to my table and oftentimes in this area, I don't know if it happens to you, but when I'm out vending at a big event, there's always somebody with the Greek stuff. And I don't have anything red and white for the Deltas. I got the white earrings now. I love the white earrings that we have, the little balls with the balls hanging off. But I would like to see some colors like that.
Yeah, I mean, colors is definitely what's happening right now. You see it everywhere.
So that's
awesome. All right, girls. So next Thursday's call will be a beginning of the month call, and I'm told April has a lot of news. So next Thursday will definitely be a jam-packed agenda, it sounds like, as far as what we'll have to discuss. And then moving forward on the Thursdays, I'm going to resume what we were doing for a while where we did networking chat like this, but then also took some time to go do some of the how to build $1 million organization training. So I do want to resume with that as well. So figure for April, we'll use some of our leader time to work with that training as well, if that's something that you would like to do. Was that good? Is that something you'd like to move forward with? Okay, great. All right, well, I gotta schlep to Garden City, and everybody have a great rest of the day. And have a great rest of the week. And think about, if you decide to do an incentive for your team, share it in the leader group so that we can get some ideas together and you guys can bounce some ideas off each other. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much for coming on. Bye.
Bye.